Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another video, and here we have the Beast Kingdom Egg Attack Action EAA116. This is the San Diego Comic-Con, or as in 2020, because 2020 has been a terrible year. This is the Comic-Con at Home limited edition Bro Thor figure. This is limited to 3,000 worldwide. I got 2,537 out of the 3,000, so I'm very excited to have this and review this. And a big thank you to Beast Kingdom themselves for actually sending this out my way so I can review for you guys. Links in the video description below to put in an order to get your Bro Thor. So packaging looks awesome. As you can see, we have Bro Thor there eating a sandwich, so that is really cool. Here on the side of the package, we have a close-up look at Thor eating that sandwich. Here on the back of the package, we get a couple of different looks for the figure going there. It looks like he has 2 interchangeable facial expressions, 4 pairs of interchangeable hands, the clothing, of course, and then the accessories. It comes with Stormbreaker, sunglasses, a pizza, sandwich, and a drink. So that is really cool. Another look. Let's get this opened up and take a look at everything that comes inside. And of course, the insert inside of the package is his little cottage thing, or whatever you call it, his house at New Asgard. So that is pretty cool. That's like the living room right there. Okay, here's the Bro Thor figure out of the package, and I'm laughing because this thing is so ridiculous and fun. Like, it's just unbelievable. There's little things that Beast Kingdom did with this figure that just make the fun factor go straight through the roof. So it's really cool. So first I want to go over some of these accessories. So first we get another set of hair, and the reason why we get this is because it has cut-ins in the hair, so you'll be able to put his sunglasses on him. So that is pretty cool how they're going to end up doing that. We'll show that a little bit later on in the video. We get a separate facial expression. So this one's more of a smiling, where this one's kind of a straight face. He almost looks kind of mad. In his hand, he's got a can of drink, let's call it, but we know that it should be beer. We have a sandwich with a bite taken out of it. We have a pepperoni pizza here, and then we have the interchangeable hands. So he has fists. On the figure itself out of the package, he kind of has the open holding hands. Then he kind of has these hands with his fingers out, and then he kind of has these flat hands as well. And then of course he comes with this awesome looking Stormbreaker. I am very pleased with how this came out. This thing just looks incredible, and it's kind of sharp too. So that is really cool. Now let's get in for a close-up look at Thor, because there's so much to talk about on this guy, and it's just awesome. So here we go. Okay, so here is a close-up look at Thor, and some of the really cool things and the attention to the little details that they actually do. So he does have the 2 different color eyes, which is really good. Something that you really couldn't tell in the Marvel Legends version. They just couldn't quite get that head sculpt right. So here you can clearly see, because of course the Egg Attack figures do have quite large heads. Another really fun thing that they did with the head sculpt is they actually have this piece right here in his beard is actually articulated, so you can do like some stupid weird things that you want to do if you want to get it into some weird poses. It's on a ball joint, so you can actually just kind of move it around all different ways. So these little fun features are what really makes this figure so nice. And then looking here is the other face sculpt. So you can see the smiling thing, and it does have, again, that same articulated beard portion right there in front. So that is pretty cool. Now, looking at the rest of the figure itself, we have the soft goods, which look really good. And one thing that they did, and they said that they did a little something, and I think this is what it is, but to have kind of the fat Thor look, they actually added in this plush belly right here to give him that larger size. That's just freaking hilarious, because you know, at some points he has, well, in the movie he didn't have a shirt on or whatever, but you can kind of have some of his big old fat belly kind of exposed. So that's just a really nice feature that they actually added in there. As you can see, it is a separate piece, and it actually goes down to kind of make his thighs quite a bit larger as well. So that was a nice touch that they added there. I really like that. We got these drawstrings for the hoodie. Now they actually pull Doesn't really tighten the hood or anything, but it's there. If we remove the hair, you can actually see, oh, actually, you know what? The drawstrings actually did. I don't know if we can actually get the hood on. You could do something like this. You know, it's definitely not going to work with the large hair piece, but you could put the hood on like that. And then one thing that's really weird, and I think part of this is because of how it sits on there with the clothing, but probably because of the beard, as you can see, the head sits very high on that ball peg there. But it's all hidden away with the beard, the soft goods, and especially when you have the hair on there. It'll really kind of change that up. So now let's switch out the face. As you can see, like so. So now we have our smiling Thor. We're going to put the other hair on there because we want to be able to put the sunglasses on him. So there is the smiling Thor. Now let's put these sunglasses on there, and you're going to peg it on his left side first, because that one, it goes all the way in. As you can see, now he has the sunglass look, and that is really, really cool. I really like the way they actually do that, so you can make it work. You can see the green gloves that he has in the movie. And then this is really cool. He's wearing Crocs, so that is a nice little touch there, because in the movie he was wearing Crocs. But check this out. They're actually removable, as I try to do it with one hand. So you can take the Crocs out, and you can see that he actually has articulated toes. So with the Crocs on, obviously you can't really take advantage of those articulated toes, but they are there, and the Crocs look really, really good. Look like real Crocs. And then here's that beer can that you probably couldn't really see before too good. It's got a nice sculpt to it. It's just red can, no other details to it. Get a closer look at the Stormbreaker. And the Stormbreaker is awesome. But I will give you a fair warning. This Stormbreaker was a late addition to this figure. So unfortunately, Thor does not have a hand to where he can actually hold this axe as if he's going to use it. But in the movie, Bro Thor doesn't ever wield Stormbreaker. So it's going to be movie accurate that he's not using it. The purpose of including this was basically as an accessory type. So if you're kind of recreating that scene in his house or anything like that, you can have it upside down or standing up. And remember, he used it as a bottle opener, so you're going to have stuff like that. So that is really cool. Okay, and just to kind of show you how he would use the other accessories. So the same holding hand he can actually use to hold the sandwich, and then you would use kind of one of the open hands where the pizza kind of rests on his hand, as you can see here. But what I want to show you real quick on the sandwich, to really get it to hold, they actually sculpted in a little circle right there. That's actually so you can actually place his thumb in there. He can hold the sandwich nice and secure in there. So nice touch. Okay, so let's take a look at the articulation on Thor. So the hair is going to kind of get in the way on some of the movements of the head, so we'll go over that here shortly. So he can look down that much, he can look up somewhat, but the hair again is really going to get in the way because it is quite long. It's on a ball joint, so you can get like all kinds of tilt motion and everything going on there and there, so you have some natural neck movements. You can get the shoulder to go up that high. It does have a butterfly joint, and it's got that crazy ratchet, like the same that Tony Stark did, so you can get him crossbody going forward that much. Going back, it's not a whole lot. It kind of just goes back right into place there. You have actually a swivel at that shoulder joint as well, and then at the elbow you get a double joint, which gives you more than 90 degrees to where, you know, the forearm is meeting the bicep there. The wrist swivels, it's on a ball joint, so you can get all kinds of circular motion and move around quite a bit. Switching out the hands is quite easy. Again, it's on a little ball peg there, and you just peg in whatever hand you want to switch it to. As far as the ab, there's some limitations because of the padded belly and thighs that they added in there, which we'll go over here in a second, but you can get him to tilt and pivot to one side. He can pivot to the other side as well. Going back, you get a lot more motion going back than you do get going forward. As you can see, you can get him to go forward that much, which isn't a whole lot, but again, we're going to be very limited when it comes to there. You get some waist swivel in there, so you can get some good motion into certain poses that way. But here on the legs, they're going to be very hindered because of the soft goods and the padding. So legs, you can't really get them too far apart. So really, that's all you're going to get there. Kicking forward's not going to be very high either, because again, that padding does get in the way. You have a knee that gives you about like a single joint, just about that much. It's 90 degrees, and then the foot is on a ball peg, so you can swivel it around. And again, once you remove the Crocs, you do have the articulated toes there. So limited articulation, but Bro Thor isn't going to be the most dynamic of heroes. He doesn't really do a whole lot, especially when he's wearing this outfit. I think the biggest thing that he does is fall asleep. So there you have Thor. I gotta fix my dial for because it's making it harder for these things to stand. So there is Bro Thor in his articulation. Okay, and earlier I had mentioned that he doesn't actually come with a gripping hand to where he can actually wield Stormbreaker, but the open holding hand that he does have here will kind of hold the Stormbreaker in there in certain poses. It can get a little bit heavy, or depending on where you have the handle, it's going to fall out of his hand. Again, Stormbreaker was a late addition to the pack, something that Beast Kingdom wasn't originally going to do, because in the movie he didn't actually wield Stormbreaker at any time when in the Bro Thor outfit. So it is still a nice addition. The accessory came out really nice. They are releasing the you know, the final battle version of Thor, and then of course that one will be able to wield Stormbreaker. That I believe is going to be coming out later on this year. But in the video description below, the link to be able to order Bro Thor goes to their website. You can actually check out all the ones that they're going to be coming out, so you can see that version of Thor and that Stormbreaker. It is the same exact accessory, but of course, you know, the final battle Thor, naturally, of course, he's going to be able to wield it and do all kinds of crazy things with it. But now let's see this Bro Thor next to the Marvel Legends Bro Thor. Okay, here is the Beast Kingdom Egg Attack figure next to the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure of Bro Thor. As you can see, the size comparison between the two, those that may not be familiar with the Egg Attack figures, they are basically a 6-inch scale, just, you know, stylized and exaggerated in certain proportions, especially the heads. But you can see they are quite a large figure, especially when you see them right next to a Marvel Legends. Now, as good as Hasbro did with this one, the head sculpt, I think they did a great job with it, even though you can't tell the different color eyes. I still really like the fun factor that they had with this one, but Beast Kingdom and Egg Attack Action, they took the fun factor to a whole nother level, to the extreme with this Bro Thor figure, because the removable Crocs, the beer can, the sandwich, the Stormbreaker accessory, the padded belly, the movable little goatee portion of the beard, they took it to a whole other level. I think I forgot to mention that you can actually adjust and move around those eyes, as well as like here on this one, on the inside, you can move those eyes to whichever way you want. So if you want them looking cross-eyed, you could do that as well. So just the fun factor of these Beast Kingdom Egg Attack figures is just a whole other level. And then looking at these Stormbreakers, look what Hasbro gave us. You know, I like the first release more than the second release, but look at this. Look what Beast Kingdom did with theirs. The detail of it is nice. The sculpt, it's actually sharp. Just a whole lot better than what Hasbro gave us. It just kind of, You know, I don't think either of them really does justice to the size, but it's just, look at the night and day difference there. So as good as this Marvel Legends one is, I do think the Beast Kingdom one is better. In terms of how you would display it, obviously this one wouldn't fit in with a normal Marvel Legends display or anything like that, but you know, you can do your own thing with Egg Attack figures, or if you have your own Thor display, it's good to have. So if you're a Thor fan, I definitely think this is a figure that you should be picking up. Okay, and then for an additional size comparison, here we have Bro Thor next to the Avengers Infinity War Iron Spider Deluxe version and the Avengers Infinity War, also Comic-Con at home exclusive Tony Stark, which in the video description below, that link will get you to both Bro Thor and the Tony Stark figure. If you haven't checked out the review over here, I should have a card up here so you can actually get to that video and check it out. But size comparison, you can see Thor is the tallest of all three, which should be the case, but with all Egg Attack figures, they're all basically the same size, so it's kind of just that hair sculpt that's really pushing Thor to be above the rest. And then of course he's wearing Crocs, which is an additional thing, as opposed to these ones that actually have the sculpted feet on there. So there we have the size comparisons. Okay, and one final side-by-side comparison here with a comic version of an Egg Attack figure. I have the Spider-Gwen next to the Bro Thor, and he is towering over her. Maybe not towering, but a little bit. And as Bro Thor takes a nap, we'll take a look at the stand, which is really cool. It has a nice little artwork of Bro Thor giving a thumbs up right there. It says Thor in the front, so that is a nice touch. But that is the review of the Bro Thor Egg Attack action figure, the San Diego Comic-Con, which is turned into the Comic-Con at Home summer exclusive. Again, this is limited worldwide to 3,000 pieces, so get your order in now. Link in the video description below. But you guys let me know what you think of this Bro Thor figure. How do you feel about Egg Attack figures in general? I think Beast Kingdom is doing some very interesting things. They are stylized figures, but I definitely think they are figures to pick up for your favorite characters or your favorite movie or whatever the case may be. I am very pleased with this. And again, thank you to Beast Kingdom for sending this out so I can review for you guys. You guys let me know what you think of the video in the comments below. If you guys liked the video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching.